Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Your Call, a series asking what you would do on difficult bidding problems. I'm your host, Kai, and today I'm joined by Sam, who has been playing bridge since the age of 10. He's currently a sophomore in high school, and one of the major selling points on bridge for Sam was all of the probability behind the cards, and it's kind of funny that statistics is what enticed a 10-year-old. And currently, one of the main interests for Sam is the fact that when you sit down at the table, no two hands are going to be the same. It's always a different challenge, or at least it's statistically improbable. Sam has also been doing extremely well in the youth scene. He qualified for the USA1 under 16 team in 2019, and just recently in the 2022 trials, he qualified for the USA2 team in the under 21 category. And they went to Veldhoven and they came second place in the World Youth Team Championship, representing USA quite well. Congratulations on your big win, and thank you for joining me on It's Your Call.
Thanks, Kai. Happy to be here. Let's do some bridge.
Yeah, let's do some bridge. Well, how has bridge been for you recently? I know that you just come off from a big win. How was that experience in what was it? It was in Veldhoven, right?
Yeah, it was completely out of this world. I mean, it's something I'd never done before, but staying at a long bridge tournament with people my age that I could, hang out with after the hands. Bridge all day, bridge all night. It's really a once in a lifetime thing for me.
Oh, wow. Are you gonna qualify for the team again?
Sure hope so.
Yeah, I'm hoping so as well. I'm gonna be trying for U26, and you still qualify for U21, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I will both be U21, so we'll do it again.
All right, awesome. So without further ado, let's get into It's Your Call. Okay, so this is your beautiful hand. It's a 6-5 distribution. Absolutely huge hand, right? So,
It's a monster.
starting off with East. East passes, and as you should, you open one heart.
I don't
Um,
think this is the problem.
this is
Seems
not the
like a pretty
problem. What are
certain
you going to open? I think it's pretty clear you open one heart here. So, West then bids two clubs, and your partner doubles, and then you get four clubs here.
That's brutal.
That is brutal,
Um,
and now it's your call.
it's kind of the worst case scenario, right? I mean, your partner has spades, which is really bad. Your partner has high cards, but we don't know
Hmm.
where they are, and they're bidding a million clubs. So it's it's not going to be scientific. We're gonna have to make an educated guess, and it's at the four level. So if we guess wrong, it's gonna be bad.
Right. So the first thing here is that I think there's two different definitions of what double could mean here. Either it's both spades and diamonds, or some people play it as just spades. What is your preference on that?
I think it's just spades, but you have to be ready for it. Like if you make this double, you've got to be ready for partner to make any bid. So if partner bids diamonds, you have to be ready to bid two spades or two hearts or something like that.
Gotcha. So, what options are you thinking about bidding here?
Okay, so there's obviously the choice of four diamonds, right? We have a big diamond suit. We have a good hand. It seems pretty obvious that that's like at least the first thing we should consider. But we do also have queen and one spade, so if partner has a long spade suit, which they haven't necessarily suggested, right? Their double only really promises four,
Right.
and actually they're quite unlikely to have more than that unless they have a weak hand,
Right.
right? Like it's possible they could have like 7 or 8 points and longish spades. But if that's the case, then I actually think our most likely game is four hearts, because if they have a weak hand, they're actually likely to have a two or maybe even three hearts, and if they have a strong hand, they're even more likely to have heart support. So it's not crazy to think that it's maybe we should be bidding four hearts, because that's our most likely game contract.
Right. It makes sense as well that hearts would just be your most likely game contract. The opponents are bidding clubs, so they have a lot of clubs. Your partner, I mean, they probably at most have three with this kind of bidding, even opposite your
Yeah, it
void,
sounds like,
right?
well, it's, I would say it's there's a possibility that they have four little ones that West overcalled on a good 5 card suit and East raised on a good 4 card suit. But I would say they're overwhelmingly likely to have two or three on this auction,
Right. So,
and they're probably not good ones either. So
mhm. So you can kind of like suss out that, partner probably does have some sort of length in the other suits. Of course, so the chance that partner has two hearts is actually quite likely. Except partner could be extremely distributional with a weak hand with spades, as you said, which the double could imply. So yeah, it's definitely a tough call to make, especially when you could be contesting what the double initially means. Let's assume that double means simply spades. Would you just bid for diamonds?
I think 4 diamonds is the best bid because if West doesn't bid 5 clubs, which is obviously a concern, right? East's jamming up the auction, West might too.
Mm-hmm.
But if West doesn't bid 4 clubs, then partner should be well placed to make a decision, right? If he has long spades and a weak hand, he can bid 4 spades, and we're fine with that. Not
Right.
not not super happy, but
No.
we can play 4 spades. If partner has a little heart support, we can play 4 hearts. If partner's got a big hand with diamonds, we can play 5 diamonds. The question is whether 4 diamonds is forcing, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it's gotta be. Partner has to have some values, and we're freely coming in at the 4 level.
Yes. I think
They're
four diamonds should
preempting.
definitely be forcing.
4 diamonds is forcing, and I think given it's forcing, we kind of just show our hand. It's like we show our hand, partner in the driver's seat, and let them decide what they wanna do. So that's what I bid. I bid 4 diamonds.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. The other question is this a forcing pass situation? Do you think they are preempting? So what would double mean? Would that be implying penalties, or could it just be kind of responsive as well?
That's a great question. I don't think this is a forcing pass situation. If they had bid 5 clubs, I it'll, this is a rule that I have is East is a passed hand, right? So if East is bidding 5 clubs,
Mm-hmm.
I mean we know East is preempting now, but if East bids 5 clubs, then we know that they are bidding it intentionally as a sacrifice. There's no way they should be making game.
Right.
There's no way East can think they're making game when they're a passed hand.
Right.
And the question is, does that apply here, right? We know East has a bad hand, but West is still in the picture.
Yeah.
And partner hasn't shown that much, and we haven't shown that much. Like we've shown an opening hand, partner's shown a response, maybe a little more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think should be a forcing pass situation.
Okay. So you think that double? What would double mean from your opinion?
Do something intelligent, mostly.
Yeah.
It's kind of throwing the ball back to partner. It's saying if you want to penalize this, I'm okay with that. If you want to bid a suit, I'm okay with that. So I don't think this is the right hand for that because we would
Right.
be very sad if partner sat for a penalty double, and we know what we want partner to do. We want partner to have diamonds, so I
Yeah.
think we should bid diamonds. Double would suggest kind of more like maybe a little more spade support and
Right.
another club or two. So I think it should definitely not show a club void, and it definitely does not promise 5 diamonds.
So let's switch the context a little bit here. What if your agreement on double is spades and diamonds? In that situation, what would your call be?
But that changes the situation immensely. I mean, if we know partner has diamond support, then our first thought has to be, well, we know what suit we want to be trumps. We want diamonds to be trumps, and our first thought has to be, what about 6 diamonds? If partner has diamonds, then 5 diamonds is overwhelmingly likely to make. But what about 6? If partner has shown diamonds, I think 4 diamonds not being forcing is a legitimate worry. So I
Right.
want to be like pretty sure that it was forcing. If
Yeah.
not, if so if it's I'm in a situation where I don't think 4 diamonds is forcing, or I'm unsure if 4 diamonds is forcing, then I think it's too dangerous to bid, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We have a moose, and I think if 4 diamonds could be construed as non-forcing, we have to bid either 5 diamonds or maybe even a blindly leap to 6 diamonds.
I mean,
Partner has something. It's unlikely to be in clubs. The odds that he has a card that helps us are immensely high.
mhm. And I mean, it becomes a little bit less clear, I think, as to whether 4 diamonds is forcing or not, because in this situation, 4 diamonds could just solely be competitive over 4 clubs.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
so,
Right? It's a hand that doesn't want to sell out to 4 clubs, and if you know you have a fit, then it's much more enticing to bid with like a weaker or slightly less distributional hand because you have the comfort of a fit and you know that they're forcing you to make a decision, so it's easier to compete lightly just so that you can get your hand across and put partner in the picture. I think there are a lot of hands that are like weaker than this or slightly less distributional than this, where if partner shows diamonds, then you have a 4 diamond bid, and if partner is double does not show diamonds, then you couldn't dream of bidding.
right. So, personally, the losers that I have, I mean, it's probably wrong of me to count out all of these potential heart losers and the fact that we don't know about solid diamond suit. But what I'm thinking about more is that the only loser I really, really see here, in my opinion, are the 2 spades. And I'm honestly just happy if partner has the ace of spades or the king of spades. And in that situation, I just kind of would throw out 6 diamonds.
I think you're absolutely spot on. Like, let's think of what the high cards partner could have. Obviously, he could have a high card in clubs, but I think we should consider that to be unlikely, right?
Mm-hmm.
The opponents are bidding very strongly in clubs. I'd
Right.
just be surprised if partner had like a bunch of wasted values there. Well, if partner has 3 or more hearts, then the hearts are likely to just run, but that's unlikely. I think partner's likely to have about 2 hearts, maybe 1.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then we're probably going to be able to rough the hearts out. So I think discounting the little hearts as losers also very reasonable. Ace King 10 9 fifth is pretty likely, I have to say, to play for no losers opposite any 4.
Mm-hmm.
And he could have the jack or even the queen of diamonds. So I think being worried about the ace king of spades is reasonable, and I think that partner's got to have or is overwhelmingly likely to have at least one and possibly both of them. 6 diamonds is not a bad shot at all, I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Okay, so now it's time for the big reveal of what partner's hand is. Partner's hand is King 10 9 6 of spades, 7 singleton of hearts, 5 singleton of clubs, Queen Jack 7 5 4 of diamonds.
6 diamonds is just ice cold, right?
Yes, 6 diamonds is just ice cold, except for the fact that East leads the ace of spades and leads a low spade, and then it gets trumped.
I don't think that's I don't think that's a reasonable worry. I think like the odds that partner has 6 spades and they didn't bid 2 spades are quite low, right? They'd have to have like a bad hand. They have to have specifically the king of spades. They have to have long spades for there to be any reasonable possibility of being worried about a spade ruff. So if you bid 6 diamonds in that position and that happens to you, I think that that's just absurdly bad luck and you should move on.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened on the actual hand, and boy was I frustrated about it because I found this YOLO 6 diamonds bid that in theory just was great, and then they trumped me, and I'm like, you know what? I did good. I'm fine with this. I bid well, and they just happened to find the killing lead. There were plenty of other people in 6 diamonds making, so we just had good defenders, I guess.
I have a lot of sympathy for 6 diamonds, and sometimes they find the killing lead, and if they they lead the ace of spades from ace jack fourth.
Yes, ace jack fourth.
That's a big lead.
Yeah, that is.
I know people love to lead aces against slams, and I guess this time it paid off.
Yeah, I mean they probably just played the ace because like I need to take this trick, and then they see dummy come down with 6 spades, and they're like, whoa. Partner could easily have singleton here. So, yeah, they found it. But that is this week's It's Your Call. Thank you so much for coming in, Sam.
Thanks for having me. This was a fun one to think about.
Wow, what a crazy hand. I mean, talk about 6-5 come alive. Am I right? So we kind of had two It's Your Calls on this one. What if double showed just spades? In that case, we decided that 4 diamonds was a fair bid, as it was forcing in that situation. You want to show those diamonds. You're coming in and you're free bidding. 4 diamonds was our call in that situation. And then in the situation where partners showed spades and diamonds, we decided that 6 diamonds is a more than fair bid, but also, if 4 diamonds is forcing, it is also a good option. What would you guys do? It's a little bit of a mind bender. You really have to think about it, about all your options. We didn't even consider what 5 clubs meant, and whether or not we would do it. So let us know what your thoughts are. What do you play double as? Would this be a forcing pass situation? And would you bid 4 diamonds, or would you bid something else? Let us know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the ACBL YouTube channel for more It's Your Call content. And with that, thank you for joining me, Sam, and we'll see everyone next week. Bye!